This video is on graphing absolute value equations. So before we actually get to graphing this one, let's just talk about the equation in general. All the absolute value equations that we're going to do in this class are going to look like this. Y equals either plus or minus, and then x plus h plus k. And so basically what happens are there's three controls that happen in this absolute value equation for you to graph it. The first one is the plus or minus, and that controls whether the graph makes a V or an upside down V. So a plus means we open upward, a minus means we open downward. The H on the inside tells you how far to move the vertex, left or right. But the key is we're going to move it opposite of the sign. So a plus is going to mean to move to the left, and a minus is going to mean to move to the right. The K tells you how to move up or down, and for this, the key is it's going to move with the sign. So positive is up, negative is down. These things, you find the vertex, decide whether it's up or down, and then once you move up or down, for all the graphs we do in this class, the slope of the arms are always going to be up 1 over 1, where it's either up 1 to the right one or up 1 to the left one. If it's flipped upside down, it will be down 1 over 1 in the same way. And you'll see that as soon as we do the first problems. So here, let's graph y equals the absolute value of x plus 4 minus 5. So the first thing I want to do is find the new vertex. So the plus 4 on the inside, we're going to go the opposite of this sign. So that's going to tell me to move left 4. The minus 5 on the outside, we go the same way with the sign, so that's going to tell me to move down 5. So my new vertex is going to be left 4, down 5, right there. And then I look up front, and since I don't see a negative sign, that's going to be positive, and so we know the graph is going to open upward. So then all my points are just up 1 over 1 from each other in both directions. And then I can graph the absolute value. All right, let's take a look at a different one. All right, here we see a different type. One thing to note is that this is missing the other number inside the absolute value. If we're missing the other number, it doesn't change what we do. It just means that that number is a 0. And so if you like it better, you can rewrite the equation and just put in a 0, because plus 0 isn't going to change anything. So for this graph, look at the inside number. So that tells me to not move right or left. But the number on the outside tells me just to go down 1. So for this graph, I'm going to go down 1 and put a point. Because again, the outside number, I go with the sign. And then since it's negative up front, the negative is going to mean the V is upside down. So instead of going up 1 over 1, I go down 1 over 1 in both directions. And let's put a few points in, and then there's the graph. All right, one last. Here's y equals x minus 3 plus 2. So first I look here. Since that's a negative, I do the opposite because it's on the inside. So that's right 3. And I do the same thing. I follow the same sign for the outside. So that's up 2. So I'm going to go right 3, up 2, and that's going to be my new vertex. And then, since it's positive up front, we know it's going to open upwards. So And remember, you only do this type of graphing when an absolute value is involved. So no absolute value, no V. Okay? That's it.